All right, we're live. We are live.
All right. Okay.
How you doing today, man?
Why the echo sound?
Do you have YouTube open?
It sounds above.
Yeah, just make sure that you don't have another window open somewhere. Let's see. Hey, if you can hear me, Kyle, look at your phone, buddy. I sent you a message.
About, yeah. I'm going to click it. Oh,
Maybe switch to your phone. What's going on, Jason? Trying to get Kyle in here. He wanted to do an interview with me, so we were trying to do it on his page, but it wasn't working out. So trying to get him in here on this one with us. So just give us just a few minutes. Let's see if we can get him back in here. Five Alive, what's up? What's up, Ruben? So we've got a wheelchair superhero wanting to hang out he was trying to do an interview on his channel and it wasn't working. So I told him we'd jump on here and do it here. So we're just waiting on him to get his stream coming back up. So do you, are you trying to use your phone, Kyle? Do you want me to send? Because I can't drop the link in the chat. But I sent you the link on the Facebook. If you have it on your phone, you can just copy and paste it. But I think your laptop maybe was just not getting good connection or something. I don't know if you have anybody there that can give you a hand trying to set it up or something. What's up, Jacob? Is this a silent auction? No. Waiting on Wheelchair Superhero 87 to jump back on here. He was having some technical difficulties, so we were just gonna talk about some comic books. I think he had some questions, and I know he really likes Power Rangers, so I pulled out some of my Power Rangers books to show off. So hope everybody's had a great week. I don't know if we're gonna do the Babylon this weekend because I think Nick is actually traveling down here right now. There was a death in his wife's side of the family, so they're gonna be they're gonna be busy this weekend, and I've got baseball tournament tomorrow, baseball practice Sunday, birthday parties tomorrow afternoon. So I'm not even doing a whatnot sale this weekend. So probably no Babylon this weekend, but we'll get back to it next weekend. Kyle, so buddy, if you're using your phone, all you have to do, if I can get it to focus here, just hold your finger. Oh, all you have to do is hold your finger right there and then copy it. You'll hit copy, and then you'll open up your Google Chrome. Open that up, and then just paste it up here. Just hit paste, and then you'll be able to get to it on your phone. Yeah, we're gonna hang out too long. I got to get up super early in the morning, so give him a few minutes, see if he can get on here, and if not, then we'll have to try to reschedule this. But I did get a slab in the mail this weekend. That was pretty cool. Got a slab in the mail yesterday. Kind of a spec deal. That's right, I did it. A little bit of a spec purchase, but I don't know. It's not really a spec, I guess, because we know he's coming. I didn't pick up anything this week. I mean, my pull box is full, but I didn't get by the shop this week. I got a lot of stuff in the mail. I got a hardcover, 2 big collected editions, a slab. I think that's it. But yeah, and then Nick's also in the middle of getting moved out of his house. They sold his house. He's getting a new house. It's not going to be ready till April, so he's got to get moved out of his house, move most of his stuff into storage, and then move in where they're going to be staying until they get the new house going. So Yeah, just a lot going on right now. So we're kind of on a brief hiatus with the content at the moment. Hey, Comic Kid, what's up? What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Alan? You getting anything figured out, Kyle, buddy? You guys want to see the first comic book I ever bought? Very first comic book I ever purchased in my entire life. You'll never guess what it is. Nobody will ever guess. I'll give you a hint. This isn't it, but it'll give you a hint. First comic book I ever purchased, right here. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 1, the Virgin variant and this was the evil monsters variant, or the villains variant is what's called, villains variant. So it's Tommy when he was evil with the Sword of Darkness. First comic book I ever bought. I believe it's in the original bag and board as well. And I've really been thinking about getting this graded more than once, just because it's not really worth anything. It's not worth anything really, and it's not super expensive. It probably would get like a 9496, but first comic book you ever purchased, that's pretty cool. So I've considered it. I have definitely considered it. Raymond, Really enjoy the content and the work you put in. Want to see what's up with the Last Ronin. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Actually, the Last Ronin. Oh, you're not gonna believe what's up with the Last Ronin. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But I'm gonna do a video next week. But I'll just give you a hint. You're gonna be seeing this face in the video. Yeah, they did it again. I swear at this point, I don't even know why I do a video anymore saying this is the new date for the Last Ronin issue 5, because by the time we get it out, they changed their mind. This is one of the more recent Power Rangers books I picked up. This actually may be the most recent one I've picked up. This is for Power Rangers Universe number 1, I believe. It was some kind of an exclusive, but it's the first time, well, second time, but first time we really get a really good gold Zeo Ranger cover. This is absolutely, I mean, I absolutely love, Green Ranger. Obviously, I got the OG plush toy with the hard head back there. Right here on the box, I absolutely love the White Tiger Ranger. I mean, these suits here, absolutely iconic. Definitely number 1 and 2 suits, and they're interchangeable. I think I go back and forth, depending on what day it is. I'm a White Ranger guy. Another day I might like the Green Ranger suit better. I don't like the new Green Ranger suit, but I like the OGs. But this suit here is definitely in the top 3. I mean, any day of the week, this could be the best design suit of the entire universe of Power Rangers. I mean, any day of the week, this could be the best design suit. Absolutely killer. Love it. Tyler, bro, you want to jump on here for a minute, hang out? I'm just trying to give Kyle a few more minutes, but I know we had talked a little while back about trying to get you on here to hang out for a minute, but yeah, I mean, that one right there, when I saw that, it was a no-brainer. My goal is to get that Austin St. John signature on here. I mean, how good would it look just right there? Austin St. John in gold or black with that yellow label. Beautiful. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. So that's my goal. Excuse me. With that one, I just they've only done one other cover with the Gold Ranger on it, and I don't even think I have it anymore. Let me look. I really don't even think I actually have that one anymore. I used to, but I may have actually gotten rid of it at one point. It was one of the border covers that they had done at one point, and I don't think I have it anymore. Nope. But yeah, I hate that I don't have it anymore. But it was literally Jason, like looking at the Red Ranger suit in like this like display, and he's like got his hand up on it. Let's see. Let me see what issue it was. Maybe I can find it and show you guys. Issue 28. Hey, comic fan again. What's going on? Yeah, we've had some struggles going on lately, personal lives and stuff. But we're all good. Within the next week or two, we'll be right back on schedule. Getting back at it, bringing that content in every day like we were before. So appreciate you guys sticking with us and bearing with us during this time. But we've just between Nick and I, we have just really both had so much going on lately. There's just been no way we can do uh, content consistently and the Babylon and stuff. But don't give up on us. Don't give up on us. We are here to stay, and we're not done. I just wrote Morphin Mighty. Uh, Tyler, I sent you that link, bro. Hey, Kyle.
Hey,
There you are, man. Now you're back.
yeah, I love you. I love
There you are, man.
I love
Hey, do me a favor and
Hey,
close out YouTube, though.
I good.
There we go. I think that fixed it.
Whew. Thank God for my sister.
She was able to come in and give you a hand.
Yeah. At the
Awesome.
last minute, because the lady.
Oh, I was like, why can't you see me?
Now I can see you.
It's the wrong camera. All right.
Hey,
Oh, there we go.
guys,
What's up?
I'm not just about to interview Justin when he's ready.
So this is right here is the one I was talking about. This is the only other cover that they've done that features the Gold Ranger, and that one's good, but I mean, there's no comparison.
Yeah, that the white background is sick.
Yeah, and it was super cheap. I think it was only like $20. So, and I think you can still get them on eBay for that. So that was pretty cool. I was happy to grab that one.
I just got this in today.
Oh no, you didn't. Is that one of those Zero?
Yeah, the Fig Zero.
Oh man, I want the green, the white, and the Draken. Oh,
Yep.
that's killer.
I have the other two on pre-order. They're not out yet.
Yeah, that's killer, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a review on it probably later this weekend.
Awesome. You got some questions for me, Kyle?
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready, man. Bring it.
Alright.
He got them wrote down. Man is prepared.
I don't have
I like that pillow you got behind you, man. That's awesome.
Hey, that was a gift from Eddie. Oh, okay. I can't find it back on where what got you into comics?
What got me into comic books? I can show you right now with one comic book what got me into comic books. This guy right here. So I was on Instagram and I saw Jason David Frank post this picture. And I was like, what is this? Because I was like, oh, that's a cool White Ranger. And I was like, wait, that's not the White Ranger. And I was like, it kind of has like a Green Ranger look too. And so I was trying to figure out what that was. I didn't know if they were coming out with a new Power Ranger show or if Jason David Frank was just, doing another one of those Bat in the Sun videos. And I found out that it was Lord Draken. There was a character attached to a comic book. And I didn't even know that comic books were still being printed. And this was in 2019. I showed in the beginning of the stream the very first comic book I ever picked up in my entire life was issue number 1, the Tommy Virgin Villains variant. But I didn't even know that they had comic books anymore at the time. And then about, I don't know, 6-8 months later, I go to Nick's house and he's got comic books on his wall. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing comic books, bro? Like, And I've told the story before, like Nick and I grew up athletes. Like we played football, basketball, baseball. Like I was just like, so I was grilling him, giving him some crap. Like, dude, you're just gonna be a nerd and look at comic books. And I can say that now because I mean, if you guys could see my room, oh my god, there's probably over 5,000 comic books sitting in my room at this point. But that was what it was, though. Seeing the Lord Draken there, and then Nick getting into comic books and taking me to a comic shop, and I got introduced to Josh over at Haven Comics, and between Nick and Josh, that's what got me into comic books, man. Power Rangers.
I know you were looking for that cover, so you found it.
Well, I'm still trying to find a 9.8. Like I've got 4 copies of this. I've got 4. I buy raw copies when I see them, and I still haven't got one that I think is going to hit a 9.8. But
Okay.
and used to they would be on eBay all the time in 9.8, but I haven't seen one on eBay in a 9.8 in a year.
Yep.
So that's like that one, the Lord Draken cover, and the Comics Pro Red Ranger with the dragon shield. Those are my 2 Power Ranger grails that I got to grab a hold of. So
You can't find that one anymore either.
I know I saw one last year, like right before Christmas, and I almost bought it, $1,500, and
Oh my god!
Steve talked me out of it. I was about to pull
that on that.
Do what?
I wouldn't have bought that for $1,500.
I know, but I'm like, man, I had the money to burn, and they're doing the new Power Rangers universe that's coming out on Netflix. So like, I'm terrified. Like the FOMO's got a hold of me like this. I'm terrified that Power Rangers are going to blow through the roof. And if they do, that's the one book that'll end up being like a $5,000 book. And there's less than 300 of them out there. So
yeah, I guess if you want it that bad, but damn, that
one. I
I
know. I'm crazy. What's your next question, buddy?
What do you do on YouTube?
What do I do? What do I do on YouTube?
Yeah.
We try to stay in as many lanes as possible. We try not to pigeonhole ourselves too much. That way that we can try to branch out and reach out to as many people as we can with the content we do. Sometimes I dress up and act like a fool. Sometimes I don't even have to dress up to do that. We try to do news. We do comic hauls. We have the best. So I've heard the best Saturday night comic book YouTube show on the planet. I mean, we've even got guys that religiously, even if they don't get to watch it live, let us know that they're watching the replay in the comments when they watch the replay. I mean, every week. So it's got to be all right, I guess. But
I don't think anyone does that. They're probably just making you feel better.
Well, it works. It works. So to that guy out there, you just keep doing that because you make my day. But yeah, we try to just be entertaining. We try to educate when we can, but we're both still new in this too. So we try not to seem like we're on a high horse, and we try to make sure that we when we are trying to educate, that it is definitely something we are sure about. So yeah, we get on here and just try to come up with different things to do that everybody isn't doing, and we haven't found that one thing that we do that is just that we really, really are really good at yet, but we're working on it. So we just do all kind of stuff, man.
All right, that's cool. What got you into YouTube?
What got me into YouTube? So Nick and I both used to live here in Georgia, and once he moved to Alabama, that's when he got into comics, and then when I went to visit him, that's when, I started getting into comic books. And then we both started doing a pull list, and we would call each other during the week and we would talk for hours about stuff we were reading. And at the time we were trying our hand at selling comics on Facebook. We had some friends that were doing that. So we were trying to do that just to cover our pull list because our wives were, they were a little on our butts a little bit because of how much we were spending on our pull list. Raymond Leone, yes, we are on Instagram, and I'll type it in the chat for you. But we weren't really enjoying the selling. Type it in on Instagram just like that, brother. We weren't really enjoying doing the selling as much as we thought we would because it was just a lot of work. And but we would talk on the phone all the time about the comics we were reading. And at that point, I hadn't really even gotten into YouTube at all. Like I didn't even know there was a bunch of comic book channels on YouTube and stuff. I watched Bueller to see what was coming out every week, and that was it. And Nick threw out the idea of let's do a podcast, and then it turned into let's do a YouTube channel. So we did that just because we decided, you know what, hey, we have these long conversations. Let's put it in front of a camera, see if anybody cares to watch it. And it was something that Nick and I could do together that would, still give us time to be able to hang out because me and Nick, we always hung out like every day, and it just gave us a reason to hang out at least, while we were recording and spend some time together. So it was just a way for us to kind of stay connected, I guess, living in different states.
Cool. Cool.
That looks familiar.
Yeah, it does.
I think there's something on the back.
I just opened it. It looks a lot better in person than it did online. Like the cover.
Yeah.
Sometimes once you get it in person, like you realize how good it really looks. It looks amazing.
Yeah, he killed it.
Okay. Is there anything that you can tell us without getting it away that you're going to do?
Do I have anything coming up that we're doing that I could tell you guys about?
Without giving away anything.
Okay. Well, there's one big thing that we've kind of talked about, but the video hasn't dropped yet. And if you look at your chest, that's a big clue. No. We've got there you go. We were contacted with a new partnership. They just hit us up out of the blue. We thought it was a joke. We thought it was spam. Nick didn't even respond to it for like a week, and then they hit us up again. So yeah, that's coming, buddy. We got something really, really cool coming. Nick's recorded the video. We just had to wait for them to approve it so that we can publish it. But it's going to be something pretty cool, man. It's going to be something pretty cool. We also have something going on that's coming up too. It's going to be pretty big for us and someone else. But if we can get things off the ground the way that we talked about with these people, if we can get it really working that way, Two Brothers Comics is going to be going nationwide. Planes, trains, automobiles, we're going to be everywhere. And that's going to be cool. Except planes, because your boy don't get on those. Comic fan again. My wife honestly has completely changed. Like she's gotten to the point now where like she's so cool. Like she'll hit me up and be like, because she wanted to put some money in instead of having all our money sitting in the bank. Let's put it into investments. And she didn't want to do stocks because we don't know anything about stocks. She didn't want to do gold and silver because we don't really know anything about that. She's like, but you know about comic books. So, she pushed me, and I'm dead ass serious. She pushed me into buying a Hulk 181. We bought another Submariner #1. I've got my personal one. We bought another one of those. We bought a New Mutants 98 9.8. And we're about to buy a giant size X-Men. So she's been super cool over the last year once she started realizing, like, instead of holding our money in the bank where apparently they can just seize your accounts and the funds, we put them into these books and like this stuff is going to increase in value. So that's been cool. Grob, what's up, bro? That Walking Dead #1. You know it, brother. You know it. All right, Kyle, what you got next, buddy?
Hey, can we go to the comic book that we talked about?
Okay.
You remember the first comic book, the first comic book that you sent me?
First comic books I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's an awesome cover. Justice League Power Rangers #1 with I think that's still Jason. I don't think they did Tommy. I mean, I don't think that was Rocky, but no. Did you get a chance to read that?
Yeah, I got to read.
Yeah, those are really cool, man.
Look up for what I have to look for. I'm still looking for more. But the comic book by
Did,
LCS.
yeah, you picked up some at your LCS?
Yeah, but they don't have any Power Rangers.
Oh man, that's no good.
But I also have, I can't find it, but I still have the TMT versus Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's a great series.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
I was obsessed with all those covers.
This set here, buddy, right?
Uh,
Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles.
yeah,
Yep. That was probably my favorite cover from that set.
I'm watching us on my TV.
Oh, okay.
It's too small. And
That one was good too, though.
I don't know if you can see my wall.
I see that big old Batman up there.
The Russell Wade one.
Yep.
Yeah, I see the lightning back there.
Yeah.
You talking about the small black and white picture?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one also sent me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the Batman I sent you, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
And what got you, yeah, what got you into making stickers? Well, where'd it go? What got you into making these stickers?
Making the stickers.
Yeah.
That is all Nick. We just wanted to have something we could send out to people with our logos and get our name out there. When you're first starting out, trying to become successful with any kind of business at all, really, the branding is, yep, there you go. The branding is something that's always super important. And a lot of this stuff really was just, it came about really organically, the Collect Your Way. That wasn't something that was planned. If it'll focus there. That wasn't something that was planned. That was actually something that someone told me, one of our buddies from Facebook. It was one of our first videos. I had a haul, and he's like, "Man, he's like, you're the stuff you buy is just all over the place." He's like, "You don't just like collect in one niche group. You just kind of like, collect your own way." And I was just like, "That's good. I like that." And then like the 9.2 crew, that came about after the Mortal Kombat book.
Yeah.
And then
That shot of you in the intro is classic. You're just like so happy and you reveal it. You're like, what is it?
The bad thing is I called it. I called the grade, and I was just, I really didn't expect it. Like I was really expecting a 9.8 or a 9.6 at the very least. And yeah, somehow a huge ass crease got put down the back of the book that was not there before. And there's no 9.8 on the census for that book, and it is one of the most rare, hard to find in high grade Mortal Kombat books out there. I mean, ridiculous. And yeah, I'm gonna crack it and press it again and resend it. I just haven't done it yet because when I bought that book, they were selling for like $100. I paid $1.75 for mine, I think, because it was so high grade. And the last one I saw sell in a 9.4 was like a little over 2,000. So I've kind of been a little hesitant to crack it at this point and risk anything happening to it again because it's only like a 3-page book. I mean, it's like a smaller than an ash can, and it was a promotional book that was sent out. There was actually 2 of them, so you could get one if you beat the arcade game. It would give you a code you could send and mail in to get it. The other way was the one I have, which is even harder to find. It was an insert into some kind of video game magazine in the 90s. The guy I bought it from told me about it. And he wouldn't tell me what magazine it was because he said, I don't want any competition on eBay trying to find them. I was like, okay, like, fair enough. But so I've yet to figure out what that is. But yeah, that, a lot of our stickers are just, some of our saying catchphrases and stuff like that just kind of came about organically. And like I said, just something to be able to give out to folks so that they have a little something to make them think about us, I guess.
So that's quite okay now.
Nick's all about the marketing and branding. That's why he's the smart guy.
Are you guys still doing podcasts or just YouTube?
No, we're just doing the YouTube. At one point, we were taking the audio from the Babylon and putting it on Spotify. But we kind of it's something we just kind of stopped doing. At some point, we really need to, though. I need to figure out how to do it so that Nick doesn't have to, because he's already doing so much with the editing. But at some point, I'm gonna figure out how I can rip the audio off and put it on there for a podcast. Because it's just another avenue of content to create and taking, giving us another outlet for our content on another platform. I mean, it's always good to branch out and put your stuff in as many places as you want, or as you can, I should say.
YouTube made this new clips feature. I'm not sure if you can rip just the audio from that, but you might be able to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Nick actually just hooked me up. I got this new iMac Mini deal. It's like the latest and greatest Apple computer. I have literally not sat down for 5 minutes and figured out how to use it yet. I couldn't even use it to do this because I don't have enough. I don't have enough USB ports to run the camera, the microphone, and the keyboard and mouse. So I'm still on my Windows computer right now, but it's got the iMovie on there. So I was thinking maybe I could try to do it through there too, because my son wants to. He watches all these kids do YouTube channels, playing with toys and stuff, and I mean, some of these kids are huge. Like their parents are probably not working because their kids' channels are so big, and he wants to do it. And I'm like, okay, bud, like we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, opening up Pokemon cards, playing with Hot Wheels and Nerf guns and all kind of stuff. So I'm gonna start trying my hand at doing a little editing. What's up?
Pokemon. Are you still doing Pokemon game?
Oh, the Pokemon trading card game?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten on there in a long time. I still got my Pokemon cards back here in the red box there. And that actually reminds me, I've still got that huge stack of those code cards you sent me, which my son said thank you so much. He was so excited for us to get on there and open those up. But I haven't played in a while, man. I've stayed so busy since I went back to my old job earlier this year. Back working construction is a totally different monster than what I was doing before. So with working construction, which is not a set amount of hours and sometimes we're on the weekends, sometimes we're working 12 hours. And then I've got my son plays baseball and I coach baseball. He's got karate. We have YouTube. And at some point in there, we've got to try to figure out some time to spend with the family too. So I haven't been able to play in a long time, but you kind of got me wanting to play it again now. So I might have to find some time to jump on there soon. I know that they just came out with a new set, and so in the next couple of weeks, Hagen and me will Nick will die if I don't fix that. Hagen and my son,
I do
will
the same
probably
thing.
Hagen and I will probably do a big booster box opening of the new sets. So they've got a really, really cool Charizard alternate art in there.
So many good ones, yeah. Lisa and I just did a whole booster box. I didn't pull any Charizards, though.
I want that one where he's fighting Venusaur so bad.
Yeah, I want
That's
them all.
Yeah. Yeah. Patrick Wall, question, should I watch the Batman cam version or just be patient? Man, come on.
No, don't watch
Look.
the cam. It's already like a dark movie with really subtle movement to
Yeah.
it. Like, you gotta see it in HD.
Yeah, go check it out. Just go to a matinee. It's like less than $8 for one ticket. Sneak your own drinks in, sneak your own snacks in.
Oh, yeah.
Don't buy popcorn. $8. Hit the Dollar General on the way there or the Dollar Tree. Pick you up some candy and some drinks, and go enjoy it.
Not too many drinks, though. It's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, but
Make
the
sure
good
you
news
go to the
is,
bathroom first.
yeah, the good news is I'll just tell you that the after scenes credit, like, it's not like, if you really got to go, like, it ain't all
Don't
that.
even. There's
Don't even
nothing
worry
there.
about it. Yeah, it's not worth sticking around for.
I compared it to the end of Endgame, where you heard Iron Man's like ratchet, whatever the
Yeah,
thing, the
hammer in
ding
hammer in the
ding,
armor.
yeah.
I didn't
Like,
even pick that up.
if you liked that, then you should stick around. If you thought that was nothing, which it really wasn't anything, it was like an Easter egg.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was until Nick told me. Like, I never picked up on it, and then when Nick told me, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yeah.
What you got, Kyle?
Well, what is the
I do that all the time, man. I do that all the time. I'll be able to try to think about what I'm thinking, or just trying to come up with a word that I'm trying to say, and I can't think of it for nothing.
What's a favorite Marvel character? I don't want to. It's all your head, too.
What specific Marvel character?
Right?
No, what were you saying? Which one's my favorite?
Yeah.
Captain America, man, all day. Not because of the movies. I fell in love with Captain America through Jack Kirby's art when I first really dove into Silver Age, and I don't know, there was something about those Captain America covers from the 60s, and especially some of the Timelies and the Atlas and those All Winners, and I mean, some of that stuff back in the 50s and the 40s was just absolutely incredible, especially for the time. And the colorists on, especially through the Captain America and Falcon series, right before Kirby came back and then right after he came back, some of the colorists that did those covers, they were absolutely, I mean, incredible. They really, really made that art pop. And at that time, you didn't have all this digital dress up that you have now, where you can make anything look really good. I mean, not to take away from the guys that do the work now, because obviously, I mean, it's an absolute talent, but I can only imagine like the talent that you can literally see it. If you look at different covers through those years, you can see the talent ranges on the colorists, specifically on those covers, and what they were able to do with those covers. I mean, there's one Cap and Falcon I think of immediately. It was actually a John Romita Sr. cover with Red Skull and I mean, his head was so rich with the red, and his suit with the green, and there was some fire on the cover. I mean, everything was so rich and vibrant and just touched up so well. And it really, really took what probably wouldn't have been considered a super awesome cover by Remeda. It wouldn't have been something that I would have looked at and said, "Man, this is some great Remeda art." But that the colorist just really made that art pop so much that it's absolutely one of my favorite covers.
The Tales of Suspense books, the covers on there are amazing. I have to stop
Absolutely.
looking at them because I just want to buy them every time I
Yeah.
discover a new one.
Yeah. I was trying to put together the entire run um from 58, where Captain America and Iron Man started together, all the way to 99, and I've got a bunch of them, but I was picking them up before the boom, and then I didn't get them all before the boom happened. Then the boom happened. They went from being like $25 to $50 books to over $100 a piece.
Oh yeah,
And then there's, different keys in there.
yeah. There's
Um,
random like $200 to $300 ones in there
yeah, there's a
for almost
Modoc's
no
first appearance.
reason.
Yeah, Modoc's first appearance is in there. That's one I don't have. I've got the first Infinity, or not Infinity, the first the Cube um
Tesseract.
Tesseract Cube. Yeah, so I got the first one of that with it's a yellow cover with Red Skull holding it up and it's like exploding in his hand. Um I've got the Cap and Black Panther. I've got the origin of Captain America. I've got 58 and 59, which was Captain America's first appearance in Tales of Suspense, and then 59 was his first solo story of the Silver Age. Um, so I've got those, but there's still some I'm missing. So, Beef, it says I got a couple of Marie Severin Hulk covers. Color is incredible. Yeah, Marie Severin is one of those artists from that time period that I feel like does not get anywhere near the respect that she deserves. Because, I mean, when it comes to an artist of the Silver Age, she is definitely in my top 10. And when it comes to female artists, she's my absolute number one. Like to me, I couldn't pick anybody that would take her spot. I mean, she's top 10 artist period for me. But if we're just looking at female artists, like she's absolutely number one, hands down.
You know that would be a good top 10. Top 10 Marie Severin covers.
And see, I could knock it out of the park. Nick and Justin would probably have to search and look, but yeah, for
You could
sure.
do a spotlight on female artists too in that
Yeah,
same episode or something that of that kind. That'd be really cool.
yeah, because we could definitely make sure to leave Peach Momoko off. Like,
Yeah, well, I was thinking more classic, like not modern stuff, but
okay,
you could do modern stuff too. Maybe
yeah,
even that could be back-to-back weeks. Do like a
yeah,
classic and then modern.
yeah. Because like I really like Jenny Frizen. And I haven't always. I always have a hard time of being able to look at a cover and just say, "Oh, that looks like so and so's art." Like,
Hmm.
it amazes me the amount of people that can just look at covers and say, "Oh, that looks like so and so," and that looks like so and so. I can do it with Kirby. I can do it with Ramita sometimes. Buscema, I can kind of do it. Gil Kane, I do it on accident because I'll say, "Man, this cover's so good," and I'll look and find out it's Gil Kane, and I'm like, "Well, that's why," because Gil Kane is. I love Gil Kane's artwork, but for some reason, Jenny Frizen, like I can always look and say, "Oh, that's a
Oh
Frizen.
yeah,
That's a
for
Frizen."
sure.
Comic fan again. Do you think you'll ever display your big books on the wall? Oh, I've got a slab wall that I record in front of sometimes. But yeah, right here in front of my desk. So when I'm sitting at my desk, this is where I'm facing, and right in front of me, I have all my slabs on the wall there, except for a couple that are down right now. And forgive the mess because I wasn't expecting to show you guys any of this, but I've got my slab wall there. If it will focus, so I do have the slabs on the wall there, and I'm working on getting. Uh, I've got a box of books that I'm waiting to come back from CGC. They should be back any day now. And once those come back, I'm probably gonna put a third row. Oh, I got all messed up, but I'll probably put a third row there once I get that box back from CGC. What's up, Kenny? You got any more questions, man, or you want me to just show some books?
Yeah, I've got one more that's it.
Okay.
Speaking of Captain America, what is about Captain America that you like?
Um,
It's called.
with Captain America, I kind of look back. So, like, when I was growing up in high school, I was really into powerlifting and weightlifting and bodybuilding and personal training and all that stuff. And I've dabbled in all of it all my life. And I've always been a fan of guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and uh, um, what's the other guy's name? I can't think of his name. See, I'm having the problem now.
Chris
Like
Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah. Ronnie Coleman, some of these big, just huge, gigantic jack guys. And then you've got guys like, Eddie Hall and Shaw, the world's strongest men. And so I've always been attracted to the idea of just being like bigger and stronger. And I've always, admired people that were able to sculpt their bodies and people that were able to train and do these like unhuman feats like deadlifting over 1,000 pounds. Just the whole aspect of the superhuman strength. That was something that I really liked. It's just a regular guy. Captain America's a regular guy. He's just stronger than everybody else. And that was something I always wanted to do is, to the point where I was using some substances to try to get there in high school. But just I've always wanted to be the guy that was stronger than everybody else. So Captain America, he's that guy, he's not Hulk. He's not a god. He's just a regular dude that, he just happens to be stronger than everybody else. So that was outside of the cover art, like I talked about earlier, that's definitely something I really admired about the character.
Maybe one day you'll be as strong as Nick.
Alright, that's good. Alright, let's go back and get some books.
All right.
You might not have this, but I don't know for sure. Batman hurt.
Yes, I love that cover.
Oh, that's good, man. That Frank Miller, the Dark Knight Returns or Batman Returns.
The hunt of Dark Knight.
Yep.
That issue
Hunt the Dark
3?
Knight. I think it's 2.
2, okay.
I think. I don't know. 2 or 3. But it's got Carrie Kelly in the corner. I love Carrie Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good one. I used to have like a third print of that one.
I don't know what put this quick, so.
Yeah, you'd have to open it up. It would tell you on the inside. I think they did a second and a third printing.
Yeah,
But
when it comes to covers, I don't care. If I like it, I like it.
that's all that matters, man.
Exactly.
And I found it cool. If I could get it up, let it stuff over.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's the TMNT
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Oh,
Yeah, I got all those when they came out. I don't know why. I didn't really need them all, but I got them all.
I picked up every cover of every issue, the incentives, every one of them. And all I've got left of those are is I've got this one.
Yep, that's the one I have too. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I sent that one in to get graded, and then Ramsey from Ramsey versus Comics sent me this one signed by Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger and the
Nice.
White Ranger. So I got that one as well. Those are the only two helmet covers I have left.
Yeah, this is good. These are the ones that you sent me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I sent you a bunch of those. I think I did. I send you a set of with all the covers because I think I sent you everything I had left of the helmet covers.
Oh, I get back in a bag of boards on the
Yeah.
cover.
Yep. That one was another really good one, man. If they'd have done that in a Virgin, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I got a whole lot. I don't want to do all out for it.
I got this one sitting here. This is probably my favorite 616 exclusive that they have ever done of any kind.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The
That is a
Ranger
great one.
Slayer, Draken New Dawn #2. That is absolutely the best Ranger Slayer cover, period. And it's my favorite cover that they've done over there at 616. I loved it.
Yeah, they've had some great just exclusives, but they had some really good Draken ones.
Yeah.
The John Jang one. There's another one where I think it's like that one where it's like a white background for #1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't have his helmet on. I remember that
Oh,
one. You
yeah.
probably even have it.
It's got Draken on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one, but I know Steve does.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't have that one.
That's the death of the Christmas.
I hear you, comic fan again.
Yeah.
This is all stuff that I've had, but yeah, I have not. My pull list was cut back way earlier this year. Like I said in that video, I had to, because I decided I wanted to deal more in quality and not as much quantity. So, I started buying more, you know, other books I wanted. Last year, I decided last summer that I wanted to have every single Power Rangers book from the 90s from every publisher, Hamilton, Marvel, Image, all of them. I was able to do it. I got every single one of them except one. There's one I'm missing, and it is driving me nuts because I want it in a 9.8 because of the cover and because of what the series is. So I've got #1 of Power Rangers Saga from Hamilton, excuse me. Got #1 and I have #3. But I do not have #2, and I'll show you guys what #2 looks like, and you'll understand why I say this book is super important to someone like us who would have watched the series on TV as a kid. And why I wanted in a 9.8 so bad.
I'm assuming it's a first appearance.
It's not a first appearance, but it is a huge it was a huge event during from the Power Rangers television show. I can't find a good picture of it. How crappy is that? Shows how rare and hard to find it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, where's Nick when you need him?
Right. All right. So this one will just have to do here. So there you go. Power Ranger Saga issue #2, the Green Ranger, the evil Green Ranger destroying the command center. You remember when he did that in the show? I mean that was nuts, man. Like it was insane that something like that would happen on the show. So that's like the money book from the 90s as far as I'm concerned. Like that's the gotta have, and I really 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 want that one in a 9.8. I've never seen it raw in the wild. I've seen some beat up copies on that's right, Green with Evil.
Yep.
So I found some raw copies on eBay. Hey, Hawaiian Punch 72, what's up, brother? But there's 198, I think, on eBay right now. But if I'm not mistaken, and again, it's not that I necessarily have a problem with a different grading company besides CGC, because I don't really care, other than the fact that every book I have outside of my New Mutants 98 is CGC, and I want everything to match on the wall. And I think that the one on here is a CBCS. So yeah, it is. It's a CBCS 9.8. And they also have, so that's it right there. And it's a CBCS 9.8. That's the only 9.8 I've ever seen for sale. And I've almost bought it a couple of times, and I haven't. And I don't know what I'm waiting on. I need to just quit messing around and do it. But the same guy that has that one also has
How much was it?
$150.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, I don't know anything about that issue, but that doesn't seem like it's crazy.
No, I don't think so either, at all. And I thought I had it in this box, but apparently I don't. But you've seen the Image Comics Zeo Power Rangers Zeo #1 before?
I probably, but I can't think of what it looks like.
I don't. I have.
All right. Let me see. Hey, if you guys want to hold tight for a minute, let me see if I can grab it. I think I know what box it is.
Yeah.
I keep grabbing my phone.
I just grabbed my first ever Power Rangers box yesterday when I went to see the Batman. My LCS just happened to have them, and I don't think they've ever gotten them in before, so I grabbed it. But I don't know what to do with the handles, because the handle is like part of the thing, so you have to like punch it out, I think. And I don't want to punch a hole in the helmet. So I guess I'm just going to have to pick it up without using the handles forever.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's the same one that Dustin has too, right behind him. I know like Mark has some, Burke has some, Panda I think has some.
I need to find one.
So this is the only time Image Comics did a Power Rangers book, and it was only one issue. But it's Power Rangers Zero, and this is the only issue of Power Rangers Zero that has ever been done.
Oh, Zeo.
Yeah. So had to have that. And the cool thing about this is there's a newsstand copy. You can get this one for about $15 to $20. Those newsstand copies are over $100. Over $100 all day long. And because at that time, newsstands were only making up like 3% of books sold. And this guy that has this 9.8 Saga, Power Ranger Saga #1, he also has a newsstand. He either has a newsstand or he might have a regular copy. He's also got the Jurassic Park #1 in a 9.8 that I want. So like, I really need to like hit this guy up and be like, bro, let's make a humongous package deal here, because you got a bunch of stuff I really want. So here's his Zeo in a 9.8. It's just a direct. It's not a newsstand. But he's asking $175 for that one. But the newsstand copies raw are over $100. I've seen one in the wild, and the guy had it on his wall, and I asked him why he had it marked at $100. And he's like, it's a newsstand. I was like, okay. He's like, look it up. And I looked it up. I was like, touche, brother. You $75. You're definitely got that one up for a deal. He's like, should I wrap it up for you? I said, nah.
I'll take two.
The Jurassic Park Panda, I think it's a CGC. That's why I really want to get it. But I haven't been able to pull the trigger on it yet. Haven't been able to bring myself to do it. But that's one, like, obviously I'm a monstrous Jurassic Park fan. I have almost all of the Jurassic Park comics as well. Let's see. No, it's a CBCS. There's a bunch of people selling Jurassic Park #1 on there, and a 9.8 for CGC too, though. That's it right there. So, and it's really cool because a lot of people don't know it, but this is a Walter Simonson written, Gil Kane on the artwork, and George Perez. So it, huge names there on a Jurassic Park book, and people, I pulled that book out before, and people started laughing, and I'm like, you laugh, but Walt Simonson, Gil Kane, George Perez, those guys, they're not like little dudes in the industry. Those guys are big boys, and they worked on this. So I was like, that's pretty cool to me.
I remember you saying that you were thinking about sending in your #1 to the Perez signing.
I did, and I sent it, and then it got canned.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang.
I didn't know you ended up sending it. Yeah, that's so sad. I feel terrible for him.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I don't know how long ago.
Oh, Batman 89 or 1989, the movie cover, man. That's awesome.
And I got this.
Nice. Batman Returns. I like it.
And what's funny is that.
Oh, awesome. Batman Returns. That's what I'm talking about.
Those could go up in value later this year with Keaton returning. You never know.
Yep, for sure.
Or for no reason at all, because that's what seems to happen.
Right?
Or just tell Dustin to start collecting it. Then it'll go up for sure.
Yeah. That definitely seems to be the deal. Yeah, Jurassic Park. I don't know if you've ever watched the guy's channel, Team CGC 9.8.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
He's talked about this Jurassic Park #1 like 3 times this year. And I'm like, dude, you've really got to just shut it. Like, stop talking about this book and how low the census is and how undervalued it is. And it's officially happened now. So at one point, you could pick up a CGC 9.8 of that Jurassic Park #1 for like $250. Now there's one listed on here, starting bid for $399, and a buy it now for $650. I'm telling you, there was not one over $250 a month ago. And the CBCS one is $275. So that CBCS one, actually, you know what? I might be able to live with a CBCS on my wall. I could just live with it.
You can always crack it if that really bothers you. Have you ever had a CBCS lab?
I've got my New Mutants 98 9.8 up here on the wall right now.
Is that the new slab or the old slab?
I can't tell. I think it's an older slab because it's kind of a crappy slab.
Well, if it bends a little bit, then it's an old slab. If it feels like it's a brick, then it's the new slab.
Yeah, it's definitely probably an older one. What's up, Big Nosh? What's going on, brother?
Good, Nosh.
Yeah, so Panda knows what I'm talking about.
The new slabs are I actually just cracked one, like literally yesterday, and I cut my hand because it's so hard to get into. I underestimated how hard it was going to be. Unlike BGC, where you can just like do this and it's free.
Yeah, and their old slabs really suck. Like Comic Man Andy sent me this one like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
I still haven't got it re-slabbed. My Iron Fist 14 is in an old slab, and I need to get it re-slabbed. And I mean, it like this bothers me that I have two up there that are not in a normal slab, and then the 9.8 is all faded on them. So like,
they like printed them like that.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, so So I'm like, yeah, like I it's not just the CBCS cases. Like I hate the old CGC slabs not being the same. So yeah, honestly, it kind of bothers me that I have yellow labels up there. Like I'm that bad.
Oh man, if that bothers you, then there's nothing that's gonna make you happy.
Yeah, because I've got 3 yellow labels up here. I've got the king size Hulk annual signed by Steranko, and then I've got the 2 issues of Craven's Last Hunt from the Amazing Spider-Man run. All of them are triple signed 9.6s, and those 3 yellow labels just sometimes they drive me nuts. What's up, Perry?
What's up, Eric? You're gonna get them all that are like perfectly in sync, CGC, all new cases. Then you're gonna be like, they all need to be the same grade,
Right? Yeah. Yep. And honestly, like when I look at my top wall, everything's a 9.8 except the Mortal Kombat book and the Thing #1 that Justin sent me for my birthday. But the Thing #1 Justin sent me for my birthday, like he picked a 9.2 on purpose. And
that's better than a 9.8 from Justin.
Right. So I put the 9.2 crew sticker over the grade and taped it on there. So that was cool. But I've got books that are on my wall. Like, there's no way I would pay for a 9.8 in an Avengers 4, Hulk 181, or Submariner 1, or the 3rd Iron Man, like Fantastic 425. Like, I'm okay with those being not 9.8s.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta compromise somewhere.
Yeah. Why are CBCS so undesired in the market and so much less than CGC? That's really not the case anymore, honestly. I mean, CGC and CBCS selling prices, I think that gap's been closed pretty well over the last year. I mean, I would say it probably went from being like a 25% gap to now being closer to 10%. And I mean, people have gotten to the point now where they're not budging on the price, and I don't blame them because I wouldn't either.
They should, especially because I think CBCS is just as good, or if not better, in some capacity than CGC.
Absolutely.
They're both good companies. I've talked major crap about both, about different things, because they deserve it sometimes. I mean, you got to hold them to a standard. You're paying for it, but they're both good companies, and they both have faults, and they should both be valued equally, honestly, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. I mean, I think both of them have graders that are extremely respectable at their job. And, if you're sending something to get graded, I mean, honestly, CBCS, they have a reputation for grading harder than CGC does. I mean, I've seen many people that have, cracked a book from CBCS, send it to CGC, instead of a 9.4 or a 9.6, they get the 9.8. I've seen people crack a CGC 9.8. My buddy Sean, he cracked like 3 CGC slabs and sent them to CBCS, pressed and cleaned them, and they dropped.
Yeah.
And he took out bends and wrinkles and stuff, and they dropped in grade still. So, if you're I think CBCS is going to get you. I think that they're going to be a lot closer to what what as close as you can get to what a true grade is. I think that they have definitely earned a reputation for grading harder. The New Mutants 98 I was really looking over that book, and I was like, man, like it's got this like very minuscule. You have to put a microscope on it to see the spine tick, and I was like, okay, but you can have one spine tick and get a 9.8 if everything else is good. And if you look at the corners on the spine, there's no bindery tears. Sometimes you get the little bindery tear down there, and you'll get the 9.8 all day with those. This New Mutants 98 does not have those. If that little spine tick wasn't there, I bet that New Mutants 98 would have hit a 9.9. I mean, it is the
Could you
corners
press it out?
No, because I can't tell because Sean pressed it, so I can't tell really. It's so small, and the area it's in, you can't really tell if it breaks color. But yeah, I was absolutely amazed at the corners when I really looked at them, because I wouldn't have looked at them that closely otherwise. I'm like, it's a 9.8, it's a 9.8. Yeah. But I was just like, let me look at it. But if
I always trim those binary corners or whatever. I always just trim them off. That way it looks cleaner,
Yeah, just
clip them off. No big deal.
And honestly, that's the only reason I was so confident was sending that Walking Dead #1 in, cracking a 9.6, even though it was PGX, like cracking a 9.6 was because the only thing wrong with it was it had very small bindery tears. And I was looking at all my CGC 9.8s, and every one of them almost every one of them had way worse bindery tears than that Walking Dead did. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm confident that I'll get the 9.8. And if it stays a 9.6, I'm still good. I mean, I spent $1,200 or $1,100 on a Walking Dead #1. And then I find out
Yeah, that's
that the
insane.
black label is even more hard to find and more expensive. So I was like, if it's a 9.6, I'll be good. But I was absolutely astonished that I hit that 9.8. That was, man,
Yeah,
that was
that was
incredible.
sweet. What a find too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at a con, and
At a
they didn't
con,
even
yeah.
they had it on their wall. It wasn't even on the top, bro. It was like literally second shelf from the floor. I mean, I wouldn't have even seen it if the guy hadn't moved out of the way. And I was just like, oh my gosh, man, there it is. Like a week after I said, if I find one at the con, I'm buying it. Like, it was crazy. So
Perfect scenario. 9.6 PGX, like already
perfect.
lower priced. You got it lower.
Yeah.
Anything else could have thrown it off. It was CGC case. It could have been $1,000 more if it
Yup.
was anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a perfect storm for sure. It was like that one was meant to be. Meant to be. I'm so
Turning the
excited
corner.
because
Oh,
in 2 weeks, so the week before we go to Lexington, we're going to Lexington the last week of March. The week before that is Atlanta Comic Con, and Mr. Negan is going to be there. So I'm definitely taking the bat and getting it signed.
nice.
I was
Do you
thinking
have
about
his
cracking.
first appearance?
So that's what I was going to say. I have a 9.8 of his first appearance, but it's one of those anniversary issues, and it's the cover where he's standing over Glenn, and Glenn's brains are bashed out all over the place.
Yeah.
So I've got that in a virgin cover, but I'd have to crack it and get him to sign it, and then it wouldn't I wouldn't be able to send it back in for grading because it wouldn't be witnessed or anything. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to do that or just try to buy another copy of the first appearance. And I was just like, well, it's like I've got this bat. Like, I think I'm going to sign the bat. I think that'd be super cool. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
What's up, man?
You never really talk about Captain America?
Oh, you got something? Awesome.
Nice.
Captain America Man Out of Time from the Mark Waid run, dude. That's a good one.
1 out of 5.
That's awesome, man. That's a good one. Mark Waid did a good run on that.
I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, definitely let me know what you think about that, bud. That's a awesome cover. Mark Waid did a great run on that. Katie Kaboom, what's going on? Negan's first appearance is Walking Dead issue number 100.
You walk again.
Have you ever read The Walking Dead?
No, I couldn't get into the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show is garbage, man. Don't go off the TV show because I didn't like the TV show either. And I never in my life would have thought I would have enjoyed reading it. But when they did the color reprints starting out last year, I started reading it, man. I'm telling you, it's definitely my favorite read. Definitely my favorite read. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh yeah. It's awesome. I'm so happy that it comes out every 2 weeks because I constantly can't wait for the next issue to come out. I don't
Like you talking about, Panda?
You talking about the Walking Dead 100, Panda?
Number 1.
You talking about a number 1 or the 100?
I need to read The Walking Dead. You have me wanting to read it so bad.
Oh, dude, you got to check it out, man. You got to check it out.
Yeah, especially with how much I love Invincible. Like, I gotta read Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's incredible. It is so much. Have you seen the show?
I've not watched one episode.
Okay,
ever.
well then, there's nothing for you to compare it to. I was gonna say it is so much better than the show because it is so much worse in every way. I mean, it is insane the stuff that Kirkman did in this story, and the stuff that he wrote in it, and how violent it is, and how gruesome every part of it is. It is an outstanding read, and I was so aggravated with so many things about the show that I just quit watching it because it was just there was so many things about it that I was just like, this doesn't make sense. Like
That's what
I don't get it.
Pedro and Perry are saying too.
Yeah, like Rick Grimes in the comic book, that is a guy, and I was talking about this on the Babylon last week. And Rick Grimes in the comic book is a guy. Like if I'm not gonna be the one leading the rise, I will follow him for sure. Rick Grimes on the TV show, nope. I would have killed him.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
have killed him about 2 days in. I'd have had to kill him in the woods somewhere.
I
Because
forget who you said. No, I don't know any characters, but you said Shane or something.
yeah, Shane, like Shane, they make him out to be in the show like this unhinged, deranged guy, and it's the guy that plays Punisher.
Oh, cool.
So they make him out to be like deranged and unhinged and untrustworthy. And I'm like, no, like the guy is like I looked at him as like this guy is willing to do whatever it takes, any means necessary to protect him and the people he's with and get them to survival by any means necessary. And when you're in an apocalypse type deal with zombies running around, like I'm sorry, but at that point, like it's any means necessary to take care of your family, like, you know, and I think anybody would feel that way. Like if it means, your kid eating today or starving or, the jackleg trying to steal some stuff from you, I'm sorry, that dude's not walking away. And, Rick Grimes on the show is like, no, we have enough for everyone, man. You can be in our group. No, dude, he was trying to steal from you. You already don't have anything. We don't invite that guy in. And Shane's like, I think we should take him and beat his brains out. Like, we're not going to use guns because the zombies will hear them when they'll come. But the comic books, man, like the character development is so good. And I mean, I
That's why
haven't gotten,
Invincible is so good too. The
yeah. And like,
characters.
I haven't gotten to an issue yet where it was just like, we could have literally just not had this issue and never, nothing would have changed. Like every issue has something that just really grabs you.
Yeah,
And
that's the
especially
best.
having it in color. And people have said, oh man, you're cheating. You didn't read it in black and white. Like, yeah, I know. But, I'm not going to go pick up every issue in black and white, and the compendiums and stuff are kind of expensive. And I was like, I can pick it up in color. It comes out every 2 weeks. It's on my pull list and I'll just, casually read it. But now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, I need every issue to come out like now. So
Yeah.
I've
Maybe I'll start reading it now and go fly past you, and then I'll spoil everything for you.
right.
One of those weird books that you can actually read all of now, but you're still waiting there.
Right. I know. Like I could totally just read the damn book if I wanted to. I know.
It'd be weird though, since you started in color. It'd probably feel so different.
Yeah. It would definitely be. It would be weird. Panda. So, right now there's an issue number 100 and a 9.8 on eBay. Starting bid is at $110. See, there's a bunch of different covers for number 100, but this is the A cover. This is the one cover you really want for issue 100. And I mean, it's not expensive, but there's not many of them on there. Issue number 1, that one's hard to tell. I think that they're sitting around like 2,500, 2,800, something like that. But
My
that's for
shop's got like a whole stack of them. The number ones for Walking Dead. It's the colored version, but
oh yeah.
so
Yeah,
just get that one.
Yeah, I've got that one.
That's what I did.
And then But then somebody was like, yeah, you have the black mature readers label, that's probably worth like almost double because there was less than
That's
300 of those
crazy.
printed. So I was like, oh, well, that's cool.
Like, what are the chances?
Right?
The perfect storm was more perfect than you even knew.
Yeah. And there's one on here. There's one on here. It's like the one I have. Okay, so here it is. This is one I really would like to have. So I have this cover, but mine is blue, and you see the word bubbles there next
Yeah.
to Negan's head.
Yep.
So the word bubbles say, "Heh, Lucille is a vampire bat," and of course, he just beat Glenn's brains out.
Yep.
That one is $1,000 and a 9.8. Now the one I have, that literally the only difference is it doesn't have the word bubbles. That one cost me like $45 and a 9.8.
Oh my
Just
lord.
just the word bubbles makes the difference on it. It's insane.
45? That
Yeah.
is cheap for any book.
Yeah.
Well, guys, how about I go ahead and get off? I'm getting hungry.
Okay. Good hanging out with you, Kyle.
Yeah, man. Take it easy, brother. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. I hope I answered your questions good for you, brother.
I get
All right.
something for me. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with Keyboard.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. It happens all the time. It happens to us too. So no worries, brother. Take it easy, man.
See you, man. You got to get on Invincible at some point, man. I know Nick's told you 100 times, but you got to give it a shot.
Yeah, he's really got me. Well, I wouldn't say him as much as. So I bought this collection, and inside of it was almost an entire run of Ultimate Spider-Man. And going through those, looking at the covers and stuff, it's got me this close to wanting to read Ultimate Spider-Man. But yeah, I've tossed around the idea of reading Invincible, and I mean I probably will at some point, especially now that I've got the iPad and I can read stuff digitally. And excuse me, but yeah, I haven't watched the show or anything yet, but yeah,
Perfect. Don't
yeah,
even start it. Just read it first.
yeah. That's what everybody said. Like, don't watch the show if you haven't read it because it'll mess with your thoughts about it.
No, I don't necessarily think that. I think you could watch it, but since you haven't and you don't you aren't about to jump on it right now, you might as well just wait till you read it.
Okay.
I mean, I think you could definitely watch the show without reading it. It does a really good job. It just tells a few things out of order of the book, but not in a bad way. It just does it in a different way that kind of prolongs the what happens in the first episode. That actually happens in like issue 7 or 8 in the series, and it takes place over the first arc, which is like 12 issues, and the season is like 25 issues. So it's like we almost skip around from like 1 through 6, and then we go like past issue 12, and we come back to issue 12 in the show.
Oh, okay. I
But
got you.
yeah, so it doesn't really matter. But I think just because you haven't read it, you should, because I think you'll get hooked quick.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a shot then. I'll give it a shot. Right now I'm reading so I just got these huge compendiums that Boom Studios did that collects all of the 90s Power Rangers. It does the Hamilton, the
Nice.
Marvel. It's got the Image Zeo in there. And so I started reading that, and it is, I mean, I'll be honest, it is cheesy as shit. But,
hey man, first of all, the show was. Second of all, it's the 90s comics from a cheesy ass show.
Right. So, it's kind of what I expected, but I was just like, man,
that's funny.
Because I put the whole run together, every single issue. I mean, crap, dude, they did the Ninja Rangers, had their own comic book, and I've got all of those, And so I was just like, man, I want to read through these. And what I was originally getting was, I do all the hardcovers that Boom did for the Power Rangers. So a few months ago, I picked up the Beyond the Grid, and then I still needed the Necessary Evil Volume 1 with the White Ranger on the cover. So I picked that one up from this guy, and then he offered me the compendiums of the 90s stuff, and I was like, man, you're killing me. I was like, all right, send them here. So right now I got that on the bedside table, and I still haven't really gotten much into that Captain America Brubaker run Nick bought me. I've just been so behind on the reading, but so I definitely want to get through the Cap next, and then I started reading Kingdom Come, and don't tell Mark, but so far I just haven't been super impressed with it, and I don't know.
don't love Kingdom Come. It's not
Well,
my
that makes me
favorite.
feel better because I felt like maybe I don't know. Maybe
It's
I
a
don't.
rare one that I think it's okay, but I
Yeah.
definitely don't love it.
See, Mark was like, "Dude, I read that at least once a year. It's insanely good." And I kind of take that with a grain of salt because not that I don't. I mean, I love DC, but like we know Mark
He
gonna say
knows
every
everything about, yeah. So any
like
little reference, he likes it more than anyone else,
yeah
which is a good thing for him. But
yeah
I definitely don't always connect with it the same.
yeah. So I may bump that one and throw Invincible in there because I know it would make. I know Nick really wants me to read Invincible so that me
You
and him
should.
can talk about it too. So
Oh yeah,
maybe
that'd
I'll
be
jump on it.
so fun,
Ev-
dude. It would be a blast.
Everybody that I talked to, like Deegan, the guy who did our cover,
Mhm.
he is a massive Invincible fan, and he's got some prints. I don't know if you've seen them, like that Invincible print Nick has. That's
Mhm.
Deegan, and man, the guy is just insanely in love with Invincible. And when I told him the other week that I hadn't read it, he was just like blown away. He was like, "Man, I would have never done this cover for you if I'd have known that." And I was like, "Oh well, glad I didn't tell you then."
Yeah. Perry said he almost stopped watching it, and then the last 5 minutes of episode 1 strapped him in. Like that. That's kind of how the book is too. It starts out, you think it's
Okay.
just like a very standard superhero comic. Like,
Yeah.
here's another superhero comic. One of 1,000 out there. 1,000 more come out next week. Who cares? And then it's not, and that's it. As soon as it's
Okay.
not anymore, it is. It just takes off.
Okay.
It,
Yeah, I have to check it
it's
out. I know
so
when Nick
good.
started it, like, dude just could not stop reading it. So
Yeah, it's the
that and
longest like
Saga, he was
sessions
nuts.
I've ever read. Like I think I read 35 issues without stopping
Oh wow.
for and that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
I could not stop. I was like up all night reading it.
I did that with Planet Hulk. I got the omnibus for Planet Hulk, and I mean, I couldn't put it down. I read the entire omnibus in one sitting. I
Yeah.
mean, my wife came up here to check on me at one point because she was just like, "Babe," and I was like, "Look, I'm a slow reader, but I'm almost done with this book." Nick probably could have read the freaking book in 2 hours. That dude reads so fast, it's ridiculous. But um, I'm trying to think of anything else I've done that with. Crossover. I read all of. I caught up. I read 1 through 11 of Crossover in 2 nights before going to bed. So probably 2 sessions reading 11 issues. Like that probably took me a couple of hours. But that was one that I was just so intrigued once I finally really dove into it, and I was just like, God, this is actually pretty cool. And I hate that I
So
feel
what do you
like that.
think of the newest issue?
I haven't got it yet. I didn't get it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I haven't got to the.
god.
I haven't gotten to the shop this week. I know who's there, but
Yeah, I
that's
love
all I
the
know.
first half of the issue was like all dealing with that, and it was so good. It was really
Yeah,
well
I'm
done.
so excited about it. So I ordered both. I ordered all the covers that the regular covers for it, and so yeah, I've got a big pull this week because I bought a bunch of stuff to put on Whatnot in one of my Whatnot sales at some point too. So I just haven't gotten time to get up to the shop yet, and I don't know if it'll be this week. It might be sometime later next week, but yeah, I can't wait to read it. I've been so pumped about it. That is the only reason why I read Crossover and got caught up is because I heard he was there, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, time for me to jump on this, I guess, and get into it. But I did it with Power Rangers too. Like I was just sitting around one day and I was just like, I kind of miss reading Power Rangers. So I hit up Burke and I was like, hey man, I know you get all those, links from Boom. I was like, hook a brother up. I'm trying to catch up. And I caught up on literally from 1 all the way up to 16 on Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin. And man, the Eltarian War was actually pretty sick.
It was a good time. It definitely
Yeah,
was.
I still haven't gotten the last issue of Mighty Morphin 16, so I can finish it. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really cool way to take characters that we've known for almost 30 years now, and would consider ourselves to know everything about them already.
Yep.
And you put an entire brand new lore behind
Yep.
them and these new origins. And I was just like, all right, like I've not been a huge fan of not Kyle Higgins. What's his name?
Parrot.
Yeah, Parrot. I was like, I haven't been a huge fan of Ryan Parrott, but he won me over with the Eltarian War for sure. He won me over there. I thought he did that very, very well.
I thought it kind of proved that when he came in, he was not writing what he wanted to write. He was writing a continued story from after Shattered Grid.
Yeah.
And then when he got to kind of reboot and restart his own story, he did such a good job.
Yeah, because I had actually never read Go-Go, and then like halfway through Necessary Evil, I started picking up the trade paperbacks for Go-Go, and I thought he did great on Go-Go. I thought that was really good.
I never read Go-Go, so
yeah, man, go back and like those trades. They're really small and really cheap, but yeah, he did really well on Go-Go as well. I thought he did great on those, and I don't think he wrote. Did he write? Okay, he didn't write Draken New Dawn. That was Anthony Birch. That was another one I thought was really good, even though it wasn't what any of us expected. I think we all expected it to be about Draken.
Yeah, I loved it too.
I thought it was insanely good, man. I was like, wow, man.
Like we've read so many Power Rangers now that it's easy to forget some arcs or issues or unimportant things. Like that one, I will never forget. That was a great arc.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole deal with Jason and like, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Because I completely forgotten. Like, we never found out what happened to him.
Yep.
I mean, so
the Ranger Slayer. I love the Ranger Slayer.
Yeah. I've got well, actually, they're not in here. But I've got the second print of the Ranger Slayer first appearance. I think I've got 2 of them, which was her first cover appearance. And that cover is awesome. And like I said, that Howlarian 616. But yeah, I thought, that character design and the bow being the 2 swords of darkness put together, I thought that was awesome. So yeah. Yeah, I hadn't really touched anything Power Rangers probably for almost a year, and then the past few months I've kind of gotten re excited about it. So I've been picking up some old stuff and kind of getting back into the new stuff a little bit. I picked up, speaking of not buying variants too much, this was just a regular cover price variant, but when that came out, it really had the what am I thinking? What were they called in Japan?
Super Sentai?
Yeah. So it's got like a Sentai feel to it to me with the way they did it, and it's kind of got that really pale coloring. I don't know what you'd call that. But yeah, I thought it was super cool, so I picked that one up. But yeah.
Will you move your phone slightly?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I swear this touchy ass microphone, it does so well, but
the second you picked it up, it stopped.
Yeah.
I just know Nick would kill me if I didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. If he was watching, he would have already sent me a text message.
Yeah.
But dang, it's 11:30 already. I'm probably about to roll. We got baseball tournaments in the morning, and then birthday party after that, and then Sunday we got baseball practice. We had practice tonight.
My God. Busy. Well, good luck with that, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time, even though it's a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got him hooked up with a. I was getting really, I kind of talked about it. I think you were here when I talked about it, getting kind
Yeah.
of frustrated with not being able to help him with his batting, and I thought I was screwing something up because like his swing's perfect, his mechanics are great, and especially for being 6, but like he wasn't catching up with the ball, and so I found out there was a guy local. He played for Georgia Tech. He went on to play for the Braves, and he does private lessons. So I brought him in, and I mean, 5 minutes with this guy. I mean, he
Mhm.
didn't even tweak his swing or anything, and I mean, the kid's hitting bombs. I mean, smashing them bombs over and over again. And I'm just sitting here watching him do this during the first session. I'm like, are you just messing with me? Like when we're in a batting cage or something? Like you make me spend all this money and like he didn't even tell you to do nothing different than I did. Like, but I guess that's all it takes sometimes is they just got to hear it from somebody else.
Oh yeah, it can be the littlest thing because I remember going to all those clinics with a couple pro players that play for like the Padres and the Twins,
Mhm.
and it it's like just one little mechanic that gets you to move your hands in a certain way, and it makes
Yep.
you so you don't drop the barrel or you keep your elbow up or you have better balance with your feet. Can
Driving
change
that
everything.
front shoulder a little bit. Like
One
that was,
little thing
yeah,
can change your entire swing.
yeah. I think the only thing he had him do was like over exaggerate his stance with how wide he is on his feet.
Hmm.
And it just, I guess the reason he did that was just helping keeping Hagen more balanced because,
Hmm. Oh yeah.
instead of just being, feet under shoulders or just a little further than under shoulders. And he's not a super, big kid at all. So, I mean, he's swinging. You know how the kids' bats are nowadays, dude. Those
Oh
freaking
yeah.
big barrel aluminum bats. Like, Jesus, I wish I had that kind of shit when I was playing. I remember when the connections came out. You remember when the
Oh
connections came
yeah.
out? Like that,
Oh yeah.
dude. And my mom didn't have the money. My mom and dad didn't have the money for me to have one, so I wasn't shit. But man, I was so jealous when I saw the other kids getting them. But yeah, the bat. I think just the weight of the bat, and he's got a drop 10 with on a 25-inch bat. So I mean, it's the smallest I can get him. But him just over exaggerating how far apart his feet are was just
Hmm.
enough to keep him upright perfectly to just, I mean, nail it. So
Yep.
that was all it took. So and now
More
he enjoy,
stability,
yeah,
stability and balance. That's everything.
and now he loves going to train with Coach Matt. So I'm like, okay, like I'll take you a few more times, bro, but you got it now, and this is not cheap. So I mean,
Yeah.
you can. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine how much it costs for a professional baseball player to train a six
Oh
year old.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, if he loves it and it's going to make him love the game, I think
Exactly,
it's worth it.
and that's
It's
what I told my wife. I was like, um, you know, we've got the ability to make it happen, and if his something he really loves and really wants to do, like, I'll do whatever he needs to help him be successful because he's the kind of kid that he takes it so seriously. Like he'll get frustrated and like beat himself up because he's like, I know I
like
can do
you.
it. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what my mom said. So I'm like, I'll do whatever I can do to make sure he doesn't have to stand there at the plate and get frustrated and go to the dugout feeling that way. So, but yeah, he's leading off tomorrow, so I'm
Oh,
excited to see how
awesome.
he does. So we'll see. But yeah, it's fun though. It's fun getting to do this with your kid for sure. It's more fun than playing myself. I know that. I mean, I've had so much fun being out there and coaching and being able to be a part of it with him. It's something else.
Yeah, I obviously I don't have kids, but when I got done playing, I immediately started coaching. I coached for like 6 years, little kids, and I coached 2 years in little league, and that was my favorite because I felt like I could help every kid get better rather than
Oh
just
yeah.
one aspect.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the teams he's played on, I mean, he's been playing fall and spring ball every year since he was 3 years old. So this is his
Man,
sixth or seventh season this year. And
he's ahead of the curve then.
yeah, yeah. And when they're so young, you don't worry. Obviously you can't really teach them mechanics and teach them, the importance of you know this and that. They'll just get out there and, like, if the kid hits the ball, makes it to first and doesn't run to third base, you're happy. But the last couple of years is like, okay, these kids have been playing long enough. They're getting old enough. They need to start teaching these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the coaches that he had, like, they weren't really teaching, and there wasn't any constructive anything going on in practices. And I just kept, like, getting so frustrated with it. And I was just like, you know what, babe? I told my wife, I said, I'm going to coach next year. And one of the other guys that was on our team, he was ready to step out too. So we got together, and this is our first year coaching together. So, but it has been a blast, absolute blast. So I agree. It's fun being able to teach the little ones and watch them grow. And I'm excited to see how this game goes tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same for you, but like, to be the beginning of the season to the end of the season, it's amazing how much they can improve.
Absolutely.
Like from just like barely being able to throw a ball to knowing where to go, making a play in the field, or hitting the ball consistently after not hitting the ball 50 times in a row.
Right.
It's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, heck, crap, our first practice, we had kids that, couldn't throw the ball, nothing. Yep. And just, like a month in just from practice. I mean, it's amazing to see the difference that's being made. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's super cool. And to be able to be a part of it, and, and helping them get there is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off of here. Kyle, buddy, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm glad we got to do the interview. Hope I answered your questions good for you, man. You're an awesome interviewer, man. So I look forward to seeing you get to do some more of those with some of the other cool creators out here. And also always good to hang out with you, brother. I appreciate you jumping on, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's always fun hanging out. So, guys, like I said, I don't think we're gonna have a Babylon this weekend. If we do, it'll just be at random. It'll just pop up, and we'll be there. So, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't count on it this weekend. But next weekend we'll be back. So, if we don't see you before then, y'all have a good week, and we'll catch you guys later.